Hello! How are ya? So, I was gonna make a video earlier this week and tell you guys about the glare in my glasses. No, my roommate, her cousin came over, and she is like the loudest person I have ever met. And she was gonna spend the night here so that she could leave from here to go to Kings Island, which is a amusement park, and take some kids from another town, but she needed to go pick them up, and they're closer to us than they are to her. So yeah, okay, that was all good. Well, except that I tried to go to bed while this woman was still up, and I had my door closed, and every time she moved around the house I hear things banging, and her voice is just like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I could just hear her everywhere, so see, my dogs don't even like it. And I would doze off, and she would say something, and then I'd be like wide awake again, and I'd just doze off, and I'd hear her voice again. So that was the kind of night it was. But the funny thing about all of that is that my dog's playing with a Diet Pepsi bottle. She thinks it's pretty fun. Get it! That's not the funny part. The funny part is that when I make hummingbird food, you know, there's always extra. And so I had poured it into this bottle like that. It was a water bottle, Dasani water bottle, and put it in the back of the fridge. And we both knew that that was bird food. My roommate and I. Okay, you can't play with that right now. And so, excuse me, we both knew it was bird food, and it was behind a bunch of other stuff in the fridge, so it wasn't like it was easily accessible. Well, I also had a couple other Dasani bottles of water in the door of the refrigerator, and, you know, didn't think anything about it. Well, apparently, she had brought some Dasani water bottles, or at least one. At some point, my roommate put hers in the fridge so it would freeze and be, you know, really cold when she was ready to drink it. Daisy, let me have it. And, but she didn't tell her cousin that. So when the cousin got up to get ready to go the next day, she didn't look on the door of the fridge and see the Dasani water bottles that she could have taken one of. And she didn't look in the freezer. But she dug clear behind all this other stuff on the shelf and took that other Dasani water bottle. So, and the thing was, when I got home that night, I was going to clean out and refill the hummingbird feeder, because, you know, you're supposed to do that every couple of days. So, I cleaned the feeder out, and what the hell is going on with the computer? I'm right here, I haven't changed. All I did was scratch my head. Temperamental. Anyway, and I don't even know if you can hear me over the dogs. One's got a bone on my right, and on my left I got one with a Pepsi bottle. Anyway, so, I got home, cleaned out the hummingbird feeder, went to the fridge to get that bottle out. It was gone, and everything around it was knocked down. So, I pretty much knew she took that bottle with her, which kind of made me laugh, because I can see her. She's going to be, you know, taking a big old swig of this, going, "Wah!" And she's really loud about it, too, so that was pretty funny. Anyway, and on a not-so-funny note, we got home last night. Well, we had this, you know, in my diagram that I showed you guys, the playhouse on the stilts, that was for my niece's husband when he was a little kid. Well, some birds had built a nest up in there, and it was robins. I also found out there were bats living somewhere in there because I hit it the other day with the lawnmower, and a bat flew out and scared the crap out of me. But anyway, there were robins that had built a nest up in there, and we figured they were going to have babies and, you know, raise them and all of that, and it would be fun to kind of watch. Well, I guess they tried to fly yesterday, it doesn't work when you have 3 dogs in the backyard. Not so much. I found 2 dead baby robins yesterday. And they weren't little, you know, they were just young, that you could tell they were learning to fly. I mean, they had their wings and everything. They're born with their wings, but, yeah, you know, you could tell they were young. And they didn't make it. And all the dogs did was kill them and leave them. It was sad. But I guess if you're going to be stupid enough to build a nest inside the yard where there's 3 big dogs, I guess you're going to pay the consequences. It's like the time when I lived at my other house and I had an acre fence for the dogs, and a rabbit built a nest on the ground. They just burrow out a little bit of a hole, cover it with their fur, and put the babies underneath. And yeah, a mama rabbit had like, I don't know, 4 or 6 little babies. And you know, my dogs run around that yard all the time, and they found them. So, of course, with the rabbit population the way it is here, I guess it wasn't a big deal. But it bothered me that the robins were gone. Alright, I'm working on 6 minutes, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna make another video right after this, though, because I have mail, and I want to show it. Alright, so you guys all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.